Airman Cave Archives! Knowing and doing are two different things.
Hey, welcome back to Airman Cave Archives. Alright, so tonight I thought I'd talk about the recruitment process a little bit and another book that I'm thinking about doing. You know, I used to be a recruiter and had an awesome time doing it. And it was a really unique experience. It opened my eyes. The reason I'm thinking about doing a book for it, and I'd actually started it back whenever I was in recruiting, and kind of to tell the story and the behind the scenes process and how it goes about getting someone into the service or the military, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Army, Coast Guard, whatever. Of late, it's kind of come a little bit more to the forefront again because we've had some friends of the family and such ask, hey, you know, Jason, you know, you used to be in recruiting. Can you give us some insight or some pointers? My nephew or my son is thinking about joining. We just don't want him to get screwed. And it's like, yeah, you know, I'd love to. I'm actually have had a book in the works for a while, kind of to peel back the curtain, if you would, like the Wizard of Oz, to show what it entails of an individual to be able to come into the service and some of the things to be able to navigate it. If you would comment, tell me what your thoughts are on that. But so to show you kind of the spectrum, because you have those good stories and you have the bad stories. So I have the James Coward stories, a young gentleman, of course, of Canadian descent that I put into the Air Force. Went on to become an officer, was able to be his first salute, and that was, you know, cool to be able to see that full spectrum and be part of that journey and getting them into the service. But then you have the other stories that need to be told as well, that kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And that's what I want to do with the book as well, not just to tell the positive, but also kind of some of the negatives or funniness that happens. We have one instance where a young gentleman came in the office, and I always do, you know, the questions as according to regulation. Have you ever done this, that, and the other? And he swore up and down that he had never used any illegal drugs, and I believed him because, you know, he, man of word, he told me, yeah, I've never done anything to include marijuana. I was like, okay, cool, man, we got this. So he goes to MEPS. He does really good on the ASVAB, or the military test, to be able to get in, figure out your jobs. And I get a call from my boss, and he says, hey, Jay, just want to let you know, young gentleman, he got a job. He's got a ship date. I'm really excited for him and for you to be able to get him, you know, what he was looking for. I'm like, okay, cool. Not too long after that, I get a phone call from the MEPS, or Military Entrance Processing Station, and they say, hey, your boy got a positive DAT. And I'd never had one, and it's a drug alcohol test. And so I'm thinking positive, it's, hey, it's good, right? You know, positive. Not so much. Positive means that he lied to me. He went down, he popped positive for an illegal substance. So now in the Air Force's eyes, he's done forever. He can't go from coast to coast or another country and join the service for the Air Force. Based off his social, he is flagged and he's done. So it's like, all right. So I call him up and say, hey man, just let you know, got you the job you wanted, you're booking, and you're gonna be leaving soon. He's like, oh, okay, cool, Sergeant Nelson, I appreciate that. I say, hey, one question. So why didn't you tell me that you used said illegal drug? What? No, I've never done that. I was like, really? Funny story. Because I just got a call from the MEPS and told that you did, and now, bud, you are done. I told you that if you did, just to be honest with me so that we could get it documented, and you weren't. So you are done permanently. See you later. Bye. And he's, you know, been out of shape and everything. So his mom calls back. She's like, I can't believe, you know, you told my boy that he can't join. You know, what did he do that was so wrong? I said, ma'am, according to privacy regulations, I am not able to disclose that to you. If he is such a grown man, you need to talk to your son, and he can tell you. I felt really bad because we got him the job that he wanted to, and that was my biggest thing for the area that I was in, was wanted to get people out and give them a future and opportunity that they may or may not have happened. Now the next one's not bad, but kind of funny, but at the time it did not feel funny to me, because whenever you were a recruiter, your DEP, or your delayed enlistment program, your applicants, once they join, you're basically in charge of taking care of their wellness and everything. And so I had one young gentleman that it took a lot of work to be able to get him in. It took a lot to be able to get him a job. And so he had some prior issues and everything. We worked through them and we were able to mitigate them. But I get a phone call and, pick up the phone. I was like, hey, what's up, bud? He said, Sergeant Nelson, can you come get me? I said, dude, I told you whenever you joined, I am not like said service. I'm not a taxi. I'm not going to come pick you up. And, sorry, dude, figure it out. He's like, well, I can't call my mom. I was like, why not? He said, well, I'm going to be honest with you, Sergeant Nelson. I'm at the police department. I said, okay, why? He said, well, me and my girl were talking and we got into an argument, and so I smacked her. I said, are you freaking kidding me? I said, let me tell you. And so I start saying some colorful words to him, ripping them up, one side and down the other. And he's like, Sergeant Nelson, stop. It's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. I said, you're disqualified now from the Air Force. You're done. I said, do you not realize what I went through to be able to get you in? And he's like, Sergeant Nelson, April Fools. It's like, April Fools? I said, are you freaking kidding me? So I was like, dude, I am done. Slammed the phone down, walked out of the office, and the Army recruiter came over, Sergeant Deans. He's like, dude, what's wrong? I said, let me tell you. So I told him the story, and he started laughing. He's like, dude, I didn't realize today was April 1st. He's like, apparently you didn't either. I was like, no, I did not. I said, that is not cool. So anyway, good story, bad story, funny story. So James Coward, good. Said individual, bad. This guy, hey, kind of funny, maybe. Not at the time at all. But so if you have a loved one or a friend of the family that you're thinking needs some help or support in regards to answering some of the questions about joining the service, comment below. Let them know to get in touch with me, and I would love to be able to answer anything that they have, question-wise. And also, let me know if you think that maybe a book or an app would be helpful or useful for folks out there. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.
Airman Cave Archives! Knowing and doing are two different things.